Yes, my dear students, in the last class we have seen some chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Let us continue some more reactions. These reactions what we are going to discuss today are very important reactions pertaining to aldehydes and ketones. In that, number one reaction is haloform reaction. Haloform reaction means, what is first? You learn what is haloform. We know CHCl3, it is called chloroform. The common name of this compound is chloroform, trichloromethane. CHBr3, this is called bromoform. Similarly, CHI3, it is called iodoform. In general, these compounds together called as haloforms. So, how to obtain these haloforms? What kind of aldehydes and ketones answers this haloform reaction? Yes, aldehydes and ketones which contain a methyl group, a CH3 group directly attached to the carbonyl carbon atom, when treated with sodium halides, sodium chlorohalides, sodium halides, they form haloforms. Means aldehydes, say for example CH3CHO acetaldehyde. This is carbonyl carbon atom. This carbonyl carbon atom is bonded to a methyl group. Such compounds, such aldehydes, when treated with sodium iodide, sodium hypohalide, these compounds converts into haloforms. How? Very simple reaction. Here HCOONA is formed plus this compound is converted into CHI3. This group converts into CHI3. ONA combines with this carbon atom, HCOONA plus CHI3, that is called iodoform. Then what about ketones? CH3COCH3 in presence of sodium hypoiodide. Here also the carbonyl carbon carriers are bonded to a methyl group. This also answers haloform reaction. Simple thing, CH3COONA, CH3COONA plus CHI3, iodoform is formed. So this type of reaction is answered only by aldehydes and ketones in which the carbonyl carbon carriers are bonded to a methyl group. Okay, then I will write two more compounds which do not answer iodoform reaction. You will understand. For example, formaldehyde, it do not answer haloform reaction because there is no CH3 group attached to carbonyl carbon. Okay. Similarly, CH3, CH2, CO, CH2, CH3. This compound also do not answer iodoform. Can you tell me why? Because the carbonyl carbon is bonded to CH2 group. Here CH2 group means there is no CH3 group directly attached to the carbonyl carbon. This also do not answer haloform reaction. Right? This is all about haloform reaction. Now let us look at another reaction that is called reactions due to alpha hydrogens. That is is called aldol condensation. Before I take up what is aldol condensation, I will let you know what are alpha hydrogen atoms, what kind of aldehydes and ketones contain alpha hydrogen atom, why this alpha hydrogen atom is acidic in nature. These two things you have to understand before aldol condensation reaction. Okay, look here. Again I have written a simple aldehyde like acetaldehyde. In common system, the carbon atom directly attached to the functional group carbon means this carbon is called alpha carbon atom. This carbon is called alpha carbon atom. Hydrogens bonded to alpha carbon are said to be alpha hydrogens. These hydrogens are said to be alpha hydrogens. Similarly, if you write CH3, CH2, CHO, this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. Similarly, you can extend your naming alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, psi, beta, theta, like this. These carbon atom is called alpha, these hydrogens are called alpha hydrogens. Hydrogen atoms present on alpha carbon are considered as alpha hydrogen atoms. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing is, alpha hydrogen atoms are acidic in nature. What do you mean by the term acidic in nature? Means when these compounds are treated with a strong base like NaOH or KOH, these hydrogen atoms are replaceable. Means hydrogen atoms will go out of the carbon atom. We know what is an acid? The compound which produces or which releases H plus ions is called acid. Simple theory. So means these hydrogen atoms are acidic in nature. Means when they are treated with a base like sodium hydroxide, the OH minus of sodium hydroxide obstructs this H plus. Okay, that's why these hydrogen are called acidic hydrogen. Next question, why alpha hydrogen atoms are acidic? So the simple reason is, it is due to strong electron withdrawing nature of carbonyl carbon. Means, as I said, this carbonyl carbon possesses delta plus character. This induces the neighboring carbon atom. Electrons are tend to move towards this carbon atom. Then hydrogen atoms, the bond electrons are tend to move towards this carbon atom. Therefore, this hydrogen atom become acidic in nature. A strong base will obstruct this H plus ions. Means the simple reason is why alpha hydrogen atoms of carbonyl carbons are acidic in nature. Aldehydes and ketones are acidic in nature. Means due to strong electron withdrawing nature of carbonyl group and also due to resonance stabilization of the anion formed. Okay, yes, this is the reason. Now let us come to this heading that is called as aldol condensation. What is this aldol condensation? Note this point. Aldehydes and ketones which contain alpha hydrogen. I repeat again. Aldehydes and ketones which contain alpha hydrogen, when treated with dilute solution of sodium hydroxide, they undergo self-condensation to form aldols. This reaction is called aldol condensation. I repeat again. Aldehydes which contain alpha hydrogen, when heated with dilute sodium hydroxide solution, they undergo condensation to form aldols. So aldols I write the reaction. Look here. CH3 CHO. This is one aldehyde molecule. Another aldehyde molecule CH3 CHO ನ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ CH3 CHO. When treated with dilute sodium hydroxide solution, ಇಲ್ಲಿ conditions ಎರಡು important. One is aldehyde which contain alpha hydrogen, another is dilute sodium hydroxide solution or potassium hydroxide solution you may take. Yes, what happens? The hydrogen atom of this one aldehyde molecule will transfer to oxygen. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ H plus ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ H ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಬರಿಬೇಕು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ CH3 CHOH CH2 CHO. These compounds are called aldols. Aldol is a combination of two words. ALD stands for aldehydes, OL stands for alcohols. Means these compounds are bifunctional compounds which contain both aldehyde group as well as alcoholic group. That's why these compounds are called aldols. This type of condensation is called aldol condensation. Okay, this is simple aldol condensation. So also this is crossed aldol condensation. What is crossed aldol condensation? When we treat an aldehyde which contain alpha hydrogen and an aldehyde which do not contain alpha hydrogen, in this case also such type of aldehydes, alcohols will be formed, aldols will be formed. This is an example for crossed aldol condensation. How? You look here. This is formaldehyde which do not contain alpha hydrogen because there is no alpha carbon atom at all. When you treat this with acetaldehyde which contain alpha hydrogen in presence of a base, reaction is same. You transfer H of this acetaldehyde, this is alpha acidic hydrogen. ಈ H ಅನ್ನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಉಳಿದನ್ನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಬರಿ. So what happens now? CH2 H, CHOH, CH2 CHO. Again an aldol is formed, aldehyde group as well as alcoholic group. This is an example for crossed aldol condensation. Okay. Yes, this is all about aldol condensation and crossed aldol condensation. In crossed aldol condensation, I will give you one assignment here. Simple thing is, what happens when a mixture of acetaldehyde and propanaldehyde, a mixture of acetaldehyde and propanaldehyde treated with dilute NaOH solution. What could be the possible products? You know, there are 4 different types of products are possible. How? Reaction between acetaldehyde and acetaldehyde, reaction between propanaldehyde and propanaldehyde, reaction between acetaldehyde and acidic propanaldehyde, reaction between propanaldehyde and acidic acetaldehyde. So like this, there are 4 possible products are possible. You try to write all these reactions on your own. Okay, this is all about aldol condensation. And particularly aldol condensation, aldehydes which contain alpha hydrogen, when treated with the dilute NaOH solution, aldols are formed. Okay? Yes. Now let us look at another important reaction that is called Cannizzaro reaction. Cannizzaro reaction. Yes, what is this? Aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogen. I repeat again, aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogen, when heated with the strong solution of sodium hydroxide, they undergo self-oxidation and reduction. They undergo self-oxidation and reduction to form sodium salts of carboxylic acids and alcohols. Sodium salts of carboxylic acids and alcohols are the products. You just notice the difference between aldol condensation and Cannizzaro reaction. In aldol condensation, we have taken aldehydes which contain alpha hydrogen and we treated them with dilute NaOH solution. Whereas in Cannizzaro reaction, we have to take aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogen and we have to treat them with strong solution of NaOH or KOH. In that case, aldol condensation, aldols were the products. But here, self-oxidation and reduction takes place. This is an example for disproportionation reaction. What is disproportionation? The same compound which simultaneously undergo oxidation and reduction. One molecule, one compound, if it undergo both oxidation and reduction, then it is called disproportionation reaction. Means Cannizzaro reaction is an example for disproportionation reaction. Look here. Can you imagine what could be an example for aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogen? Yes, obviously it shall be formaldehyde. Among aliphatic aldehydes, formaldehyde do not contain alpha hydrogen. Among aromatic aldehydes, benzaldehyde do not contain alpha hydrogen. Yes, look here. HCHO, this is called formaldehyde. Two molecules I have taken, means one molecule has to oxidize, another molecule has to get reduced. When treated with a very strong solution of sodium hydroxide, yes, how to write this reaction? Very simple. One molecule get oxidizes. Oxidizes means we know aldehydes oxidizes to carboxylic acids, right? HCOO, H has to be product, but there is an alkali in this case, means sodium salt is formed. So HCOONA, this is oxidized product. Reduced product, another molecule is alpha. This is one H says H. This is one H. CH3OH. CH3OH. Methanol is the product. So this is called Cannizzaro reaction. Right? Then let us try to write the product for benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde means C6H5CHO. Here also this aldehyde do not contain alpha hydrogen. It contains alpha carbon, but there is no alpha hydrogen. So this is carbonyl carbon. This carbon is called alpha carbon atom, but there is no alpha hydrogen atom. That's why benzaldehyde answers Cannizzaro reaction. Again, you put two molecules here. When you treat this with sodium hydroxide, or also you can take potassium hydroxide. Yes, you oxidize this compound, one molecule, and one molecule you have to reduce. If you oxidize this, benzaldehyde oxidizes to what? Benzoic acid. Immediately salt is formed. Sodium benzoate is formed, and another molecule is C6H5 CH2OH, benzyl alcohol. And this compound is called sodium benzoate. If you take potassium hydroxide, potassium benzoate is the product, and of course same compound benzyl alcohol. Okay. Yes, this is called Cannizaro's reaction. Right? Yes, this is all about important reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Then there will be another reaction that is called, especially aromatic aldehydes like benzaldehyde undergo reactions due to benzene ring. That reactions due to benzene ring means sulfonation, halogenation, nitration, Friedel-Crafts reaction, all those things. But benzaldehyde, the CHO group in benzaldehyde is meta-orienting. Meta-orienting means when you nitrate benzaldehyde, we will get meta-nitrobenzaldehyde. When you sulfonate benzaldehyde, we will get meta product, means meta-benzaldate sulfonic acid is the product. Okay. Yes, this is all about the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Right. Then finally I will come about the uses of these aldehydes and ketones. Yes, what are the important uses? Especially when you come to the aldehydes, formaldehyde, formaldehyde. It is an HCHO. This formaldehyde is a gas. When you prepare this, it is in gaseous form. Yes, when you pass this formaldehyde into water, it dissolves and it converts into formalin. What is formalin? 40% aqueous solution. 40% aqueous solution of formaldehyde is called formalin. We know what is the use of formalin? Yes, formalin is used to preserve the biological specimens. I hope you have seen in the biology departments, especially zoology and in the botany departments, some specimens are preserved in a bottle. That solution is formalin. That formalin is 40% aqueous formaldehyde. Okay, means formalin is used to preserve biological specimens. This is a very important use, right? In benzaldehyde, that is used to oxidize to get benzoic acid. Benzoic acid is converted into salicylic acid, and of course there are number of uses are there for benzaldehyde, right? Industrial uses. When come to acetones, acetone is a best solvent. It's an organic solvent we are using acetone. Acetophenone, these compounds are used to make acrimonious agents, means these compounds will bring tears from the eyes, right? So these are the important uses of aldehydes and ketones, right? So with this we have completed our discussions on aldehydes and ketones. Okay, the next class I will take up discussions about carboxylic acids, right? Thank you very much.